Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to use Procore's new location beta. Haven't checked it out yet, looks pretty interesting, excited to jump in. I'll even try to give you some of my best practices as I go on this beta on how to set up locations for your project. So let's take a look at it. So locations beta, manage and map locations. So it looks like maybe you can finally move around, streamline management, edit, search, create, delete. Maybe you can move hierarchical levels as well. Ability, dedicated permission so that you can't export data. Yep. Okay. Oh, can add some shapes and locations to a map. Interested to see how that is. So let's go ahead and see what we got. So first we're going to jump into Procore and we're going to go to admin to see what is going on with current locations. Actually, there's a new legacy thing right there. So jump in. Ah, look at that already here. It's telling you that it wants you to go set it up. So we can go ahead and close that for right now. Close that for right now. This project doesn't have any locations right now. You still have your QR codes there like you did before. You still have all this other stuff. If you don't use QR codes, start using them. You can create multiple tiers here. But the problem is if I start creating, like someone puts in 101 entry right here, and you can continue. This is the new from plans tool that you can use. So we'll look at that, but I can't slide that anywhere else. So that was a big issue. People created it. If you don't have this little box checked right here, you get things duplicated 15 different times. So that's really annoying as well. So let's go ahead and jump in here and see what we got. So I'm going to go back to Procore Explorer. I'm going to join it right here. Go ahead and join the program. We're going to enable it. Let's go for all projects, but you do have the ability to do specific projects as well. So we joined. Let's go back to that project. Let's see what happens if I just refresh. Nothing. So let's try to join it right here. Oh, it's telling me to do it there. So I will do the little log in, log out here real quick. Okay, let's go ahead and refresh. Let's go back to like admin. Still legacy. Okay, so nothing changed here so far. We do have these locations. That's nothing new there as well. Let me go see if maybe at the company level, there's some settings. Here I have configuration settings, nothing there. Admin. I don't have any locations there. So I'm just going to let it go for a little while, see if something rolls out, see if it works, and we'll come back. And maybe we'll look at it later today or how it changes. Okay, so I think I figured it out. Kind of read through this, but it's not very explicit on what you have to do. Legacy are on the admin page, but it is a new standalone tool. So where is it? How do you get there? It makes it a little bit more difficult. So if I'm underneath admin, I'm thinking here, right? And that's a good start, but nah. So what we want to do is we want to go to general. So project tools, admin, and we're going to click on tool settings, and we'll go ahead and go down here to two tools. So let's go ahead and go to maps and locations, turn those both on. If you haven't seen maps yet, that's a pretty cool tool. Check that out. But you need to have maps, I think, activated for locations to work. So now if I look here, nothing yet. Let's go ahead and refresh. So right there's locations, there's maps. So let's go ahead and check out locations. Okay, so it did import that entry over, it looks like. I can go ahead and import from a CSV. I can get that file. So that's interesting right there, and upload that way. There's the old way, export to CSV. Procore imports is still how you would do the import there. You have a tree view and a list view. Okay, let's just go Columbia here. I'll just pick this school, Crater Rock Elementary. Okay, so let's add a few more. So let's create, well, let's go through and look at how this would work, right? So we're going to go into our drawing set. This is how I like to do it. And I'm going to look and find an elevation. So elevation. So I want to find my levels. And then I want to find the floor plan. I think this one will work. And let's just use this. So we got two first floor plans. So let's go to our elevation. It looks like, okay, so there's a building level, building 4 level, there's a building 5 and 6, then there's a mezzanine level. So we could do that. Got a couple buildings here. Okay. So let's go through and start showing how I would go about creating locations. So first of all, I'm going to delete this location. Fake. Good to go. So let's go ahead and hit create. We're going to, first level I like to do is make it the project. So 1975 Training Academy, right? Another thing that you could do here is you could actually go ahead and put a sublocation, it looks like, but you could also put the street address for it. So that's another strategy. But make the first level of all your locations, make that the project, right? Because then anything you can start requiring locations throughout, you can start attaching it right there. So then we're going to go make a new sublocation. So second tier is my building. So in this case, I got building, I think 5, 6, and building 4. Let's just look at that real quick. Building 5 and 6, building 4, building 5 and 6 are together as one. Let's see. I don't think I have an overall, like, no, I don't have an overall, like, detail of each of them, but there are 2 buildings there. So you should know which one you're in. So this is building 4, and then this is building 5 and 6. So let's go back to locations. So I'm going to say 5 and 6, building and 6. Why am I repeating that? I just like to have it there twice so that this is helps sort. Like sometimes you get buildings, sometimes you get shed or something like that breaking up. So there's my second tier. I'm going to add another location that is 4. Okay. So now let's go inside of our building 5 and 6. I can close these elevations now. Close up plans. So building 5 and 6. We're going to go ahead and make a sublocation. Another sublocation. So you can notice the tier here. The next location I'm going to do is actually levels. So 01, first floor. Doesn't really matter too much for this one because everything's on the first floor. But sometimes you might have a basement, use 0, 0. Sometimes you might have a second floor, third floor, whatever. I like to do 2 digits because sometimes you get up to 10. Use R for roof, so you can go ahead and do that. Let's go to building 4. There's actually 2 levels there. So I'm going to go in here, do sublocation. And we're going to do 01 first floor. And then I'll create another sublocation and do, let's see what we want to call this. Mezzanine. First floor. Let's just call it 02 mezzanine plan. 02. Okay. Hit the checkbox there. So that seems to work okay. You can switch back and forth between lists. Oh, you can see how that's organized. Toggle visibility. I don't know what that does. Then we can go in, hit that X, and we can start adding sublocations. So let me just do this for simplicity's sake. Let's go get these mezzanines in here. And so we got training room, we got a cafe, workstations, things like that. Office, office, office. So let's get a couple of these in here. And I'm going to pull this out so I can go ahead and create it. Okay, first floor. Add sublocation. So that's actually easier. Can I move? this. Let's just see that. Edit. You can edit it. Delete. Huh. Do I have my QR codes? I don't have QR codes right here. I don't like that. Print QR code. Let's see. So I can print them like this. Okay, that works. We're fine there. That works just fine. Let's go down here. First floor. Add sublocation. Let's just do a couple of these. 136. Lobby. 137. Workstation 1. 138. Huddle. 139. Office. So honestly, it looks a lot cleaner, but is it much better? Not right now. It's pretty much the same. So not a huge deal with it yet. Hopefully there'll be some cool things that you can do. If I go in here to the drawings tool, you view locations, like this actually looks a little bit, I kind of like this view actually right here of these locations. So that does help. But let's see what we got. So let's go back to those locations. Now let's add some of these to the map. So point, path, polyline. Interesting. So if we go point, we can just say that's that location. Okay, you can change that. What happens? Can I move that? Edit. Just edits that. I can't go in. I guess that's fine. I can't go in and delete it. Remove from map. There's my remove from. So I can remove it, can't edit. So if I go in here, make a path, I assume that's just a line. Ooh, that's weird. So it didn't like that. Let's try refreshing. We'll delete that one. So I can just draw the perimeter. Let's just go real quick. Double click ends it. You can edit it. Yep, and you can move this. I can grab. Yep, if I grab in between there, that seems to work. You can always add more detail, pull it out. So, okay, save that. That works. Okay, let's see if I can go in. Add building 4. So let's pretend this is building 4. It'd be kind of cool if you could give these like layer colors. That would be nice. So I can't change the color. Or if you match like plans, like I still want them to overlay plans on these sheets. Got different styles there. So that seems to work. Let's just try this line again. Path. Okay, I guess that's for a road segment or something like that. Why you would need that path, but let's remove that. So that seems fine. If I go to manage locations legacy, it takes me right there. and I guess I can view the location items there. Like they need to bring this in there because I can view punch lists, submittal daily logs, and everything tied to that location. I don't have anything on this project actually tied to locations, but yeah. Um, yeah, so it's a good start. I'm interested to see what happens in the beta, what else will be there. Final thought is, I mean, if you're using the creating your locations manually, you might as well create them this way. Doesn't hurt anything. Hopefully this will improve over time. They have this little gear here that you can go into. I'm thinking that they'll eventually have QR codes and things like that a little bit and make it like a location report or something. Like maybe you put tabs at the top here and reports on different locations, or you just do a map that has like expand and contract that you just put it down here in the corner or something, pull it up. I'd love to see that this ties into that mapping, the drawings tool as well. So like, let's get some alignment. Hey, locations and drawings. Now you have your locations in admin, your locations here. You also have maps. So like maps is a completely different tool, but you can't tie locations. Oh, well, now I can see locations here. So that is kind of cool that I see it on my map. And they'll overlay, but I need to see this location. Same thing on plans. When I start pinning them, like if I pin something on this, and I can't do that, like I can't create an observation here, it should appear there on that location. So good start. Don't get me wrong. Turn it on if you're not implementing it and if you want to start figuring out a better way. But otherwise, I would recommend, they just got a couple little things. So get some of the functionality that you have on your mobile right on here. So, and make sure it has plans on it as well. And that's it. So if you have anything else, let me know what you wanted me to check out next, but hopefully that's all for today. So with that, thank you very much and have a wonderful weekend.